Spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the favorites themselves here. We have the number one pairing, the number one duo here in 2v2 in StarCraft 2. We have MaxPax and Spirit. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have their opponents. We have the Protoss and Zerg duo. We have Shameless and GgMaChine. Here we go. And again, Shameless and GgMaChine, they actually play a lot of 2v2s together, similar to Mookie and Wayne, to be honest. Very similar in just how active they are on the 2v2 ladder. Likewise, they also have their own kind of unique twist to things as well. I think it was last month where they actually defeated Serral, or it could have even been this month as well, where they took down Serral's team. Again, Shameless and GgMaChine, they have been popping up. And we'll see how they compare. Again, Spirit and MaxPax, they won every single 2v2 tournament they have ever played in. The only exception to that was, that they didn't play in, of course, was last month. Last month, it was Spirit and Showtime, and they won that as well. So again, you don't get much better than MaxPax and Spirit. There have been some contenders, like we've seen, like Skills and a Laser try to bring them down. We've seen Trigger and Clem also try to bring them down. uThermal and Goblin, of course, as well. But we'll see how both Shameless and GgMaChine do perform. We'll see how they do. First things first, welcome to Undercurrent. Undercurrent is an interesting map in the map pool. We do have a shared main base, we have a shared natural, but there are multiple entrances to that natural base. There's a small choke point towards the left-hand side, and there are more entrances here on the right as well, so it's a little bit more accessible as an expansion, and you can try to abuse this area. At the same time, there's also a pocket. There's a pocket base here that either player can take. We do see that MaxPax is going for the safe pocket expansion, so MaxPax, he will have a secured 2-base setup. Meanwhile, Shameless and Shameless and GgMaChine, they are still holding on to that pocket. They're not using it yet. Also, this is the dinosaur map, or the primal map. As you can hear, yeah. There's like a big, like, Leviathan creature. Does lurk about here as well. I appreciate the ambient noise, for the most part. So now the initial Reaper Hellion does move out. Ooh, catching out Shameless. Yeah, first that does fall. Massive pickoff. From here can head into the main. Doesn't quite go for it. The openers themselves were standard. It was a Stargate opener out of MaxPax going into Phoenixes. So Phoenix opener here from our red Protoss. Likewise, getting one, getting 2 probe kills. Critical damage. They do pull away. Ooh. Catching out the Reaper. At least catch the Reaper. Behind this Oracle follow-up after the Phoenix. Speaking of, the Phoenix is hunting down Overlords. And we do see GgMaChine actually going for a bit of a Ling flood here. He's rushing into the gold. Okay, rushing into the gold base. Lings are moving out. They flood across the map. They are spotted by the Phoenix. Back on what do we have? Stalkers getting in position. No, sorry, Stalkers moving in. SCV's going to be going down. Can we catch out the Cyclone? Oh, Cyclone does kite back. And the Cyclone, it looks like it will not get away. Massive catch. Nice target firing out of the Stalkers. Catching out the Cyclone, catching out the Marines. And that falls as well. And these SCVs are forfeit. Massive pickoffs here. Again, GgMaChine did catch them off guard, rushing into the gold and just flooding across the map. Stalkers a recall to help deal with the Oracle. The Oracle does get 7 kills. 7 probe kills on the Oracle. Getting an 8th probe. 9. Oh god, this is getting out of hand. 10, 11, 12. 12 kills on the Oracle. So on the one hand, they do a great job crippling Spirits. Meanwhile, we do see MaxPax crippling Shameless. Ooh, tank is on siege. The tank does on siege. Lings they fought before, they catch out the Marines. Spirit is struggling. Like, Spirit, he's still just being bullied here. I mean, this is the downside of not taking the pocket, right? Like, MaxPax, he is safe. He is safe, he is secure. Spirit is not. As Spirit, he's stuck on a one-base setup. He does have 3 CCs. He doesn't have that economy. Behind this, GgMaChine taking another expansion, getting a 4th base, leaving that pocket base, I would imagine, for Shameless. So Oracles are moving out. And once again, this is the one Oracle with 13 kills. Jesus. Meanwhile, what is MaxPax up to? From here, he's going for the Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine is on the way. Forge as well. Checking the vision here. I believe GgMaChine, they aren't quite aware. But we're going to Dark Templar. Once again, at this point, MaxPax, he has to be the carry, and he has to try to just give Spirit the breathing room that he needs to recover. Because Spirit, he has been hurting. He's been hurting a lot this game. And Phoenix into the main. You can see the ping here from MaxPax. He does scout the double EVA chamber. Double upgrades on the way. Going into Ling Bane. I was gonna say Ling Bane Roach Ravager. Sorry, Ling Bane Hydra. Okay. Ling Bane Hydra out of GgMaChine. Proxy Gateway gets found. Behind this GgMaChine, I think he's drawn up to 80, 74, but he has a solid economy. 74 drones. Spirit is still trying to build back up. Meanwhile, MaxPax has been taking quite a bit here with that economy, but what is he doing with said tech? Does have the proxy pylon. No Dark Templar yet. There are some spores in position. And we're moving out. We are going for a move out. Dark Templar do warp in as the push is happening. And we'll see if MaxPax and Spirit can punish the gold. Can punish. Things they class forward in. Oh, tank is unsieged. Getting one, getting both tanks. And nice target finding there from Shameless. Does focus on the tanks. At the same time, DTs they wander into the bases. And once again, targeting Shameless. And probes are going down. Shameless, he does react. He does pull away. But he needs help. Does need help. Behind this, no observer. There are overseers on the way. And he has 0 economy again. No mining at the 3rd, the natural, or the main. Ay, ay, ay. 0 income here for Shameless. And here comes MaxPax in towards the gold. The other players are distracted. Oh, the rest of the army is distracted. Ooh, as there's still a Dark Templar. Still in the bases. And those DTs may have just done it. I mean, it's going to be a tough hold. No Bailings, and we're denied. Okay. The armies, they come together. To come together, Queen does fall. Catching out the Stalkers. I mean, focusing on this fight, Spirit, he still doesn't really have much to work with. Down to 2 tanks. Force back. Forced to back off. The bases that back up and running. Against Shameless, he's still hurting. But he survives. This is more Dark Templar. Oh. Tanks to get behind the middle line. GgMaChine trying to collapse in. Nice blink there from Shameless. And they will hold. They will shut down the tanks. Tanks do fall. They can try to keep chasing. They have enough. Together at least. And together they do have enough. Stasis goes off, catching out some reinforcements. Hydra starts stepping forward. And again, there's no Storm, there's no Colossus, there's no splash damage. Shameless GgMaChine, I feel like they're doing it. If it wasn't for these DTs. Oh no! Dark Templar, they move in once again. Move in once again. These DTs, they're keeping MaxPax and Spirit in this game, and they may even win them this game as well. Like, if it wasn't for this, Shameless would be in just in a much better position. Ay, ay, ay. We have a drop towards left hand side, Dark Templar as well, that will distract GgMaChine. Meanwhile, he has gone into lurker tech. The lunkers have arrived. I believe no vipers yet. Yeah, no vipers, just lurkers. Drop moves in. Oof, denies the expansion. That's a 9. Yeah, Storm, as the lurkers are exposed, they're going to be the first thing to go down. Yeah, the army's out of position. Lings, they try to flood in through the storms. And they barely do make it through. Nice surround here from Shameless. Comes in from behind. And with that, they take the fight. They take the fight at the same time. Ooh, the proxy pylon has finally been found. DT's driving back in, but this time there's a cannon to defend. Let's go. There are cannons. And bases are going down. Have they done it? Have they broken through? GgMaChine, he's maxed. The carry, pappy, with the help of the gold base. GgMaChine, he will overwhelm. Of course, he can also give resources to Shameless to help keep him afloat. Oh, they don't deny the upgrades. Upgrades do finish. And ghosts have arrived as well. Ooh. Blue team does overextend. They have to back off. Let's get the hell out of here. Here they pull away. Vipers are gathering energy. But they did break one of MaxPax's expansions. Still keeping up. Likewise, Nidus into the main. Let's go. Going for the Nidus Swarm. No reaction. Yes, he doesn't notice. He does not notice. What do we have inside? Lurkers. Yeah, lunkers into the main. GgMaChine just pulling them apart. Yeah, now they notice. That was the ping. Now they notice after the fact. He's on top of the production. Yeah, lurkers are popping off. At the same time, blinding Clatcher on the tanks. Ooh, nice EMP. EMP's on the Vipers. But it's all about just buying time. Just buying time for lurkers to do their thing. To get the job done. As they just cripple the production. Storm on Stalkers, less than ideal. Oh. But GgMaChine is being overwhelmed. Again, without lurkers, there's no defense here. Uh-oh. Nidus goes down. Nidus Storm goes down. Lurkers are still trading well for themselves, but this main army is still looking terrifying. The base crumbles. Army steps in, takes down 2 expansions. GgMaChine, he's exposed. And again, where are the defensive lunkers, pappy? Ah, there are none. There are none. But still a very chaotic fight. Lurkers are getting cleaned up. Lurkers are cleaned up across the map. And with that, GgMaChine is being broken here and now. I do like this counterattack here from Shameless. Denies the warp in. Denies the warp in, takes down the expansion. But there's still just too much to work with. Like Spirit, he did recover, he took the gold base, took all these CCs, he's been left alone. Spirit now has a terrifying army with ghosts. And again, Shameless and GgMaChine, they had such a good lead, such a strong start, and then the DTs. Like as you mentioned, like the Dark Templar were the MVPs this game. Like they did such a great job of just crippling GgMaChine, sorry, crippling Shameless, I meant to say. Crippling Shameless, shutting him down. He was just a non-factor for so long. Meanwhile, GgMaChine is on his own. He's on his own, doing what he can, takes down the mineral line. At the same time, Shameless catching out MaxPax. Does catch out the army, not bad, forces the recall, takes out the Immortals. MaxPax getting surrounded, okay. Oof. I can also say the same here for GgMaChine, and now he's out. Like, GgMaChine, he is down to what? 2 bases. He's down to, what, half a mining base? Like, there's 1 patch in the main, there's, what, 4 patches here at the natural. He's long distance mining. Like, GgMaChine, he has nothing. There's nothing left here for the Zerg. Shameless has an army, but Spirit and MaxPax, they have 2. And here they come together. They got Ghost, they got Storm. Going alright, doing what they can. Get some cannons. True. Do see Spirit just stimming in, takes down the base, and he cannot be stopped. Like, the main army is terrifying. I do like his counterattack here, catching reinforcements. But who catches who? Spirit, he also does collapse in. Pushing forward. They'll take out and engage. Those are brutal EMPs. We can see here that GgMaChine is still trying to recover, trying to be in this game. He wants to take part. Nice little run by. Lurkers moving through the center. Spirit is maxed out. And here come the mass snipes. Catching out some of the lurkers, catching out soon to be all the lurkers. And the snipes are brutal. Oh god, the storms as well. With that, they swallow up the lurkers, and GG gets called. MaxPax and Spirits, they will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. I do want to give credit, though, to GgMaChine and Shameless because they had a better start. Like, they had a stronger start. They had a lead early on. If you remember, they were able to cripple the economy of Spirit. They were also able to shut down the initial aggression from MaxPax as well. For the most part, of course, the Oracle was popping off. But they struggled with the Dark Templar. Like, if you remember, MaxPax, he was left alone. He teched up into DTs, and those Dark Templar did so much damage to specifically Shameless. It didn't slow down GgMaChine, but it meant that he had no support, right? It meant that he had no supportive army, or he had limited support from his teammate, from Shameless. And with that, GG. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax and Spirit, they take game number 1. Whew. But again, I could have definitely seen that going either way. And now we get into game number 2. And we'll see if we can force the ace match. We'll see if Spirit and MaxPax will claim the series. As game 2 is going to be on Emerald City. Here we go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Emerald City, we have our duo. Oh my god. We have our duo. We have our Danish Protoss, we have our Polish Terran, we have Spirit and MaxPax. I think I see what's happening. As they lead in the series 1-0 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have their opponents. We have the Zerg and Protoss duo. We have Shameless and GgMaChine. Let's go. Let's go. So we are going to be jumping in to game number 2, and we have colors, Pappy. We have colors. It's crazy. Let's go. Whew. As we are going to be calming down, we're going to be settling in again. So I mean, again, last game was quite back and forth. There were definitely strong moments for our, I almost said blue team. What do I call them now? Yeah, some strong moments here for both GgMaChine and Shameless. Likewise, also from Spirit and MaxPax. For the time being, we do have some standard openers. Single gas opener out of Spirit, going for a faster CC. Meanwhile, MaxPax going for a gate expand. Yeah, gate expand before the cyber core. So very greedy build here from MaxPax. Meanwhile, on the flip side, we have hatch gas pool, standard opener out of GgMaChine. Likewise, we do have a gate cyber expand out of Shameless. So we do see that Shameless is being very economic, but MaxPax is being even more greedy here. So MaxPax is cutting corners, a bit of a risky maneuver, but will do so to gain an economic lead. Likewise, Spirit also with the fastest CC on the low ground. So nothing aggressive, nothing too chaotic early on. Just both players being more economic, and again, MaxPax kind of coming out on top here. In regards to the openers. Welcome to Emerald City. This has been in the map pool rotation for what, 10 years? Like, it feels like at least that long. It's been a long time. Emerald City has been around for a very long time. Behind this, we do have a shared main base, both bases in the main, and a shared natural as well. Finally, Shameless can expand. Can take his natural. Seems like the Lurkanize was actually a mistake. I think it did well for itself. Unfortunately, there were no defensive lurkers to defend back at home, right? Unfortunately, there was just nothing to hold on, and that did end up costing GgMaChine 2 bases, I believe, or 3. As we do see GgMaChine, speaking of, does drone up somewhat here on 2 bases and is now going for a massive Ling flood. We have 20 Lings in production. And we'll soon race across the map. Behind this could be a Twilight Council opener out of Shameless. Standard opener, standard follow-up. Here we go. Here come the Lings. As things are rushing across the map, the Oracle does move out. Back at home, what can the Lings get done? There is a bunker already, so safety bunker, safety tank. Lings, they can get on top of the tank at least. Oof, but yeah, the tank will deter. And again, this is a big investment. These Lings could have been drones. Oracle has arrived. And does get a probe. Gets 1, gets 2. Just barely. Gets 3 probe kills. Lings, they do get behind the army into the mineral line, getting an SCV. Getting 1 SCV so far. Nothing major. Nothing major. Likewise, stasis traps are at least being dealt with. Shameless does pull away in time. Oof, miscontrol there with his stalkers though. In the end, to get caught out, has to pull away. Behind this, Shameless pulling a MaxPax, going into DTs, going for the Dark Shrine. There's potential. Unfortunately here, the problem with the dynamic that we are sharing is that because Spirit is MaxPax's teammate, he has scans, right? That was something that is unavailable to Shameless and GgMaChine. But scans will be available to help with those Dark Templar, especially with the 3rd CC, right? The 3rd CC is about to finish. Orbital is morphing in. So Dark Templar aren't going to be as effective against MaxPax's team as they were against Shameless's team. We'll see what they get done. We'll see what they can achieve. Likewise, we have Bio out of Spirits, going into Stim, Combat Shields, double eBay, double upgrades. Claiming his 3rd. And the game is slowing down. We're slowing down from here. Now, last game we did see Lingbane Hydra out of GgMaChine. We'll see if we head in that direction again. Going for melee upgrades into the Baneling Nest. This can lead into Lingbane into Ultra Tech, so we could go into Ultras or go into Hydras from here. Or technically into Muta as well. Technically. Pushing out. Baneling's not ready for this. It's going to be purely Ling Stalker defense. Oh, and it's going to be quite limited on what that can accomplish. Yeah, the base is going to go down. They just cannot engage, not into this. Lings, they trickle in. They're not going to get much done. You can see GgMaChine trying to catch reinforcements. And the base falls. And they get what they wanted. From here, they can just back off or keep pushing. Spirit Key rotates. It does back off. Spirit Key's gonna get surrounded. He's on his own. Yeah, he's on his own. Max actually peeled off towards the left-hand side. Spirit Key will be chased down. Oof. But MaxPax does get an expansion. So Spirit Key is mainly a distraction. He does distract. Another base falls. Was that worth it? And Spirit's army is hurting, but it's going to be okay if MaxPax can make it back home. And the Stalkers, they make it back. Baneling speed is almost done, and here comes the counterattack. Doesn't quite commit. There's Infestation Bit. At this stage of the game, without there being a Hydrogen or a Spire, this should be Lingbane into Ultras. Right? Ultras should be on the horizon. Unfortunately, it's very gas and very mineral intensive to try to pull this off, and we just saw GgMaChine lose 2 bases, right? 2 expansions just went down. He's in a rough place. Does need time to recover to get into this. There goes the Hive. We're almost at Ultras. Almost. It's getting there. You got MaxPax and Spirit. They've just been a lot more comfortable this game. DTs, they run into I guess. They run into cannons. Do we have an energy overcharge? We do. There's Revelation. So they defend back at home. Likewise, they snipe another expansion. Ay, ay, ay. Does cost Spirit a drop. True. Does cost him. Never mind. Max actually comes into support, takes out the expansion once again. Does force another cancel. Oof, brutal stasis. Stasis goes off GgMaChine. He has to get something done here. He's going for the Mineral Line. Takes down the Zealots, gets into the Mineral Line. Probes, they are late to pull away. Does get some probes. Catches out some Marines as well. Can take down the expansion. Very nice. But this is necessary. Like, back at home, they're still losing bases, by the way. They're still losing more expansions. Oh, God, that's a second Nexus going down for Shameless. His front bite has been good, but needs more damage. Gets a tank. Gets 2 tanks. Takes down 2 tanks. Takes down the Nexus itself. And going for a 3rd tank. Doesn't quite get it. Yeah, not quite. Here, pulls away. And they're just no bases. They're just, I mean, here we have GgMaChine. He's on a 3-base setup. He just keeps trying to, but he cannot get the gold. Likewise, Shameless also stuck on a 2-base setup as well. Double drop here into the main. And sure, they fought hard to take down 1 Nexus, but that's all they got. Just the 1. Spirit and MaxPax are snowballing out of control. Drop is done within the main. Stasis runs out, catching out all these stalkers. Another Stasis will catch them. The layered Stasis traps. And now there's that Ultra Cavern that we spoke about, but I don't know if we'll ever see any, I'll be honest. I don't know if we'll ever get there. We'll see. Can we survive long enough until Ultra Tech back? Can we get there? Can we survive? As DTs are popping off. Once again, as we mentioned, like, there's no easy like response to these Templar with a scan, so they have to morph in Overseers. They have to morph in Observers as well. And MaxPax now moving in for the kill. We have 4 Ultras on the way. Can we survive? Let's go. The Ultras are coming. Stasis goes off. Again, MaxPax Spirit, they're pushing in. They're going for the kill. Ultras there. No, we're not getting it. No, they're halfway done. The Ultras. Yeah, we didn't get there. We didn't get to see the GG gets called. MaxPax and Spirits, they will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. They will claim it. I was concerned we weren't going to see the Ultras. We didn't get there. We didn't get there in the end. Again, it was just a really rough game here for Shameless and GgMaChine. They were just losing so many bases in the early game. In the early to mid game, we saw GgMaChine lose 2 expansions back to back. It was brutal. Part of that was also because he did overinvest into Zerglings. If you remember, he made 20 plus Zerglings at the start of the game. Wasn't really worth it. Didn't really find much damage. He got like 2 SCVs, if that. So from there, his joining was delayed. He double expanded and he tried to saturate, tried to build up into the mid game, but he was punished by both MaxPax and Spirits. They were able to break those bases and they did a great job of just maintaining control of that economy. We saw so many hatcheries and Nexi going down. And yeah, with that, a much more dominant performance here by MaxPax and Spirit. Much more than game 1. Like game 1, as I mentioned, GgMaChine and Shameless, they were ahead. They were ahead. They had a stronger start. They were looking good, but it kind of fell by the wayside. Here, not at all. Here, like, it was, again, a lot more dominant here from MaxPax and Spirit. Really well done. Really well done. GG, well played. With that, they will claim the series, and that leads us into our grand finals. So Spirit and MaxPax, they advanced on for the semifinals. Who also advanced on, if you recall, it was uThermal and a Goblin. They also did advance on. They're also have been waiting for their opponents. Let's go. Let us go. So we are going to be going on a short break. Here, and when we come back, we'll have our best of 5 grand finals ready for you. Best of 5 between MaxPax Spirit up against Goblin and uThermal. Let's go. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. We'll get into it after this short break. See you soon.